You are watching Dad's RC Hangar, and the only reason you're watching it today is because it's that Friday feeling. Oh yes, come on, Friday. Hoo-yah! It's a Friday feeling. We love Friday feelings. Yes, I'm in a good mood. Why am I in a good mood? Because it's a Friday, of course. So, what are we doing today? What have you brought me today, you're saying, Chris? What are you doing? Apart from the camera that's on the kind of not level properly. But that's okay, because it's a Friday. And by the time you finish on a Friday night, you're probably going to be a bit, well, here we go. Anyway, enough of that. What we're doing, we're playing with the Cinewhoop. Oh, yes. Let's go and see what we're going to play with. Come on! Okay, welcome back to Up Close and Personal. Yes, we have got the camera overhead again. We're going to try. I've tried a different rig this time and see if I can get a bit closer. So what we got with the Mumba system? Okay, we have got the most important thing of every piece of kit I get: stickers. We love stickers. I love stickers. We'll stick them to lots of random things later on. We get 3M double-sided sticky tape, which I'll explain later on. We get our LED strips that's cable tied, and we get our new rings for our Diatone Cinewhoop. So what's in the bag? Okay, we got some standoffs, or what we like to call them, funky. That's, I think, what they are. They're the replacements for here, or something. Yeah, they fit inside or something. We'll have a look anyway. But I think that's what they're for. Let's say you don't get any instructions. I mean, I think you can get something. I don't know. Anyway, and then we get our little bag of bits, which our little board here. And there's a teeny weeny board. Get that in shot. There you go. So that's our board where the LEDs connect. And on here are some tabs that we connect our cables to. See if I can get that in shot. There you go. Did that get in shot? There you go. Look. There you go. Oh, gone out of shot again. In shot, out shot. Shake it all about. Okay, so. Yes. Now, they have got them on this side as well. I don't know. I think they're like there's some pins. I think those ones. Oh, sorry. I need maybe an extra light on here. Give it a bit more oomph down here so you can see a bit better. Let me see if I can get a bit more light. Hold tight. Okay, so I couldn't really get that much light. We got a few. I get shadows, so I'm still trying to work out on a good close-up overhead shot. So you're going to have to bear with me on this one anyway. So what do we do here? Well, before we get the Cinewhoop, let's cut these LEDs so they split them up. Now they come in two strips for some reason. Don't ask me why they haven't cut them down. So presumably we cut them down half. So let's count out how many we got here. Let's move what we don't want for a second. Get them out the way. We're going to need that in a minute. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Which says to me that we cut at 15. Everyone agree? Yes, I think so. He says. So, let's count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh dear, okay, I've lost count already. 1 and 1 is 2. So where was we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's number 15. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alrighty. So there, I would say I cut in the centre, like so. You didn't see that, did you? See what I mean? Because I'm watching what I'm doing. I'm not showing you what I did. All I did is cut these, so they should be 15 LEDs each, and they look like 15 LEDs to me. Then, hey presto, these should come apart. They're only, I'm not sure why they don't come as individuals, 15s. So you have one of these per duct. All pretty LEDs. Oh yeah, we love LEDs. Nice and bright. Okay, so got my crazy hat on today. So there we go. We have 4 sets of LEDs. So now what happens is this will sit in the Cinewhoop. Cinewhoop. I'll get that in focus. And each LED strip will be coming up here. Now they give long, I think 4 long. Do they do 4 long? Furlong. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 longs and 3 shorts. They've stitched me up one. God, it's like I didn't want all shorts, isn't it, really? So, you know, these belong to here, and we'll work out what colour goes to where, but presumably it's the same as anything that you've got signal cable. You've got the red one for voltage and the grey one for ground, black for ground. Grey? What's he on about? So let's move them to the side. We don't need them just yet. First of all, we want our Cinewhoop. Now, I did do this before, but you didn't see it because the set that I got was no good. Didn't work. So David Owens made this lovely holder for my Osmo Action. It's really cool. Go and check his videos out. If you're into your quadding, then it's a video to watch. He does some lovely flights, and he's a lovely guy, and he made me this, which is for my Osmo Action. So eventually when I do fly this around, I'll be able to film it. So that just sits on there. Oh, don't lose the screws, Chris. There you go, look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh, wicked, look. And it's made of that, I don't know what it's called, the 3D printing stuff. It's the flexible one now, I think. Is it PTE? I don't know. Very pretty. Okay, so we'll just put that over there. Now you're probably saying to me, Chris, why aren't you using your Magno tray? Well, because it's full of stuff. It's full of stuff because I've been doing something else. It's just this was sitting around. I wanted to get these working because no, that's just no good. I need another Magno tray. I need another Magno tray. Mind you, I could share the Magno tray, couldn't we? Okay. Now you be nice, Mr. Plain Parts. This is quad parts. Okay? Okay. All happy, don't worry. So, we undo all these screws, remembering where they all come from. The middle set. This is, by the way, a 1.5mm hex head. Hex head, Allen key, or whatever you like to call it. But they fit this perfect. Now, the middle one has got bushes, which I always lose. So I've got to be extra careful, and they're longer screws in the middle. So remember that. So the 4 outsides are shorter than the ones in the middle. Now you can use blue nylock stuff to stop the screws from vibrating. So I might just do that, but where I'm not quite finished inside, I haven't done it, but we will do that. So one more. Extreme close up, look at this. Excuse my horrible nails. Okay, now we're going to take this up ever so gently, and underneath should be 3 bushes. Where's my other one gone? Right, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4. Ha! There you go. Right, now you're saying to yourself, well, Chris, I actually see 3 cables that are already connected onto the back of this board. Yes, because I did have this set before, as I said, and it didn't work. Yes, pretty crap, huh? Now I should actually get these off the while I'm working on this, because I am going to plug it in later on. Alright, now this is so diddy soldering. I just had to do it off camera because I had to use my super duper sort of spec things going on to actually see what I was soldering. But what I've used is, if I can get this in focus, which is probably just, it's a non-focusing day for me today. Come on. There we go, sort of in focus anyway. I use one of the cables that come with it to solder onto there. There you go. So you can, is that in focus? Yeah. So you can see how delicate it is. It really is. And the cables that I'd put on the Cinewhoop before are the kind of like brittle cables. And you know, a bit of a movement and they snap. So these have got more threads in, where they're not kind of just one continuous kind of metal. It's got lots of strands in. That's the one I'm looking for. So good idea to use that if you're not going to be using, I mean, because the idea is that you should, because we replace all these circles here, the duct edges, and you can use small ones for there and then long ones for here. But you know, so I'm just going to use one of the small ones anyway. So we've got spares, and then what I'm probably going to do now, it'd be really great if I had these small connectors, the I think they're JST connectors, but I haven't. I've got the bigger version, which is slightly bigger, which is a bit of a pain, because that would have been perfect, because then I could have put another one of these there, you know, sort of like if that was on there, and join them together. Now I don't know why they don't just, you know, they solder all these lovely connectors on here, but then they don't solder a cable on for you or make it easy for you. You know, this is all probably done on a machine, so why didn't they just put another one on the bottom so you could have one of these connected to your board, and boom. Don't know, but all I know is that now I've got to get this to there. So yeah, I'm going to do that off camera again so I can see what I'm doing and use my Mr. Blind specs. I don't think I've got an old connector. I mean, I could use the old board that I've got, the one that doesn't work, I guess, and pull one of these off. I could do that. So then I'd have a connector there. That's the connectors, you see. I'll tell you, let me play around because it's only solder, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing anyway. But that is the best way to do it, is use this flexible cable. And you literally, you know, if you're blind like me, then use a magnifying glass and just a dab of solder in each, and then that's fine. I mean, you could always put a bit of hot glue on there just to stop them from moving, but once they're in, they're going to be in. Where the board's going to be is probably going to be there. I might have some old connections from the Cinewhoop, but let me have a look and see what I got, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this is what I've done. I've shot. Now you take off the board, the top board, and if I can get that in focus for you, there you go. This is where you join the cables on. You can, where I had done it before, you can push them through the holes and then solder them, which is a lot better than I've done. I've just put it on the top of the plates, but the reason I've done that is because I did solder them before, and rather than using like a solder sucker, heating up the solder, you know, I could overheat the tracks and all and the components. So probably, you know, try and do it first, but use this flexible cable. You know, if you can get connectors, male and female connectors. You have to excuse me, I think the lights have gone mega bright again. Yeah, they have. I should have started with this, shouldn't I? But anyway, don't worry. It's because I've got the bright lights on, and normally it acts those tons of shadows. But I think you can approve that it's a lot better. You can see stuff. So yeah, so that's connecting now. There is a drawing which you can see now, and you get this with the motherboard anyway. And it shows you, you know, where to connect everything. So that's pretty cool. So you're back to here, and you can see what I've done. So yeah, so that's ready to connect. And if you want to, you can always put like some sort of glue, and well, not glue, but silicone or something, you know, just to go across those if you're worried about it being touched by something. These rubber feet are fun. There you go. Now these just undo at the bottom. They are 4 Phillips screws, and the nuts come off. They roll off. Simple enough to do. Right, so that's back in there. That will fit down there, which is my receiver, which is sticking down there with my little poles. So that's that. Now we have got to solder that together, and I don't want to sort of make the movie as mega long for you, or even do like that quick thing with music, when you can just go and make yourself a cup of tea and I will join the cables together. Now also what I would do, now this is, I'm going to solder these as well because it's a lot easier off camera, but the way it's a little very important thing to do, which I nearly made a mistake last time, is on these LEDs, if I can get these in focus, which I probably won't. Oh look, quick, you'll see a little arrow there. Okay, now they've got to be, the soldering has got to be behind the arrow, so the arrow is kind of like face outwards, if that makes sense. So if you had like sort of big long sticks like that, the quad sticks or something, the arrows need to point that way. The flow, keep that in mind when if you're doing this. They've all got them on it, they've all got the arrows, and it's quite easy to forget and just do them soldering around the wrong way, I guess. I did make a mistake on the first lot with that and had to resolder them. But yeah, there's a little arrow there, but you can see them, so just solder at the back of the arrow, so it's, flow of current is going that way, or voltage, or whatever you like to call it. So I'm going to put all these cables onto, solder them onto these really diddy ends. And then that's from the, I don't know what that's for. I think that's from my pack of stuff from my Diatone. Yeah, so I'm going to solder this together. I'm going to solder this on the LEDs, and then we'll be back. So go and make a cup of tea. Alrighty, as I say, if you can hear the rain, there's nothing I can do about that. It is teeming down out there. Teeming, I tell you. Right, so here's a couple of pictures anyway of what I was doing underneath my magnifying glass thing. So first of all, here you can see the scratches that I done on the surface of the pads. I mean, I could have gone a bit better than this, but this enables the flux and solder to burn that off anyway. As long as you've got something to adhere to. And then here is the final product. So I did forget to take a picture of it, but I do put solder on the tabs first of all. And then I flux up the cable, dip it in my flux, put a bit of solder on the end, nothing much, just to tin it, and you're left with that. So here we are, we got 4 lovely soldered. Now if I'd have done that, trying to do that live, it would have been pretty mayhem. Once again, remember all the arrows need to point the same way. So if I can get that in some sort of shot, there you go, you can see all the arrows just before the LEDs, all pointing away from the power. Brilliant, you say? Yes, I say. Now, before we take out the ducts, I'm a bit skeptic because the last lot I had didn't work. So, yeah. Now, I've just got to get these the right way up, and I believe that's the way. So I'm going to stick these in. And then we're going to go across to the laptop in a minute and set it up. So I'll show you what you need to do with the LEDs to make it LEDable. If that's ever a word, I don't know. But if it's not, you heard it here first at Des RC. Oh yeah. Right, so we've got our board all connected, all our LEDs all spidering around. Fantastic. Soldering iron's cooling down. I have to get my soldering iron holder because it's pretty dangerous having a soldering iron laying about like that. 1, you might forget it's on and put your hand on it. 2, it might burn its own cable. And 3, I can't remember what else, but it's bad. So we've got our little ones left, our little cables, which I'm a keeper. I am not a hoarder, I'm a keeper. I'm a keeper of all these cables, and here's my Diatone with all my little instructions that I keep and other bits and pieces. My bag of stuff. That is my Diatone bag. Because you never know, what did I do with that connector? Yeah, just need to put a little stick on it. Diatone. Okay, stick that over there because I'll lose it over there. We need to get the laptop. Alrighty, so I went in and got the laptop. So as you can see, we've got Betaflight open at the moment, and we're just going to plug in my little favourite one because it's the only one that fits inside this controller. It's really, really bad position for it. So anyway, so let's connect to the quad. Let's have a look. See, right now, if I can remember, I believe it's in configuration, and down here somewhere. Am I lying? Am I lying? No. LED strip. Right. Now we turn that on. So that is what save and reboot. So we make sure that we turn that to LED on, that we want to use LEDs. As I say, always best to take your props off. Okay, connect doesn't auto connect. Right, I don't know why that is still working. Yes, it is. Right, just make sure. Let's go back again. Configuration. And ooh, loads of stuff on there. Too much. LED strip. Yes, multicolour. RGB, red, green, blue. LED strip support. Now on here it should now got LED strip, which it does. I think this is what I did from before. Now let's turn on my.
Welcome to course.
I've got to remember what I did. Where is my receiver? There we go. Right, aux 3. That is aux 3. Now what did I put aux 3 on? Oh, you won't. I'll have to put a battery in. I think we can put the battery in, can't we? It's okay. There we go. Now, okay, right. So I put aux 3. I don't know where you put it, but put it on. I'll put it on this one. This because I'm too close. So I'll put it on one of my turning things, as you can see here. Okay, so that's correct. So then, why isn't my? I don't think I saved it. Do I do wiring mode? That's it. Here we go. So wiring mode. Apologies. Up to 15. And we do that colour. Select one. I select all. Colour. Colour modifier. Blink always maybe. That, yeah. So and should we go red? See, the LED should be going red, I believe. Let me just save, and oh, here we go. So here we go. Oh, it's working. So let's just turn off blinking. You can play around with this. So let's just save. There we go. It's kind of meant to be red, but I think, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. There's my little turny. So as I'm turning the button, as I'm turning this, you see. Yes, I'm too close. I know. There you go. I've actually got a set that works. The other set did not. Looks pretty on its own, doesn't it? Pretty. So I could change the colour as I've got on here. Now, Larson scanner, I don't think anything works on that. I'll have a try. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Look at that. I can change the colour. There we go. Sound effects, all for free. Oh, I'm loving that. Look at that. Oh, scanner. There we go. That's okay. Let's take the scanner off. I don't know. I kind of like the scanner. I'm going to leave that because we could change that. So let's just save. And then we'll disconnect. So that's all you need to do in Betaflight. Yeah. So let's disconnect. Let's disconnect everything. Let's take that out. And let's telemetry lost. Of course it is, because I've just unplugged it, you silly moo. Right, let's get on to the next stage. So let's move the laptop, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we've nearly cleaned up. I've just still got a bit of crap that's showing in the in my propellers. They're not crap. Right, so now we know that's working, which is absolutely brilliant. We're going to take it apart. So let's get these off. Oh my god, it's naked. Right, so you do get these are the little shafts that you get in a pack. I don't know why you get new shafts, but we'll use them anyway, so we don't need any orange ones. We need the white ones. Now, let's get these out. I think they just push through, which they do. In fact, before we do that, let's not get excited here. Oh yeah, that's a hard one to push through. Okay. Okay, what we need to do, we need to put the LEDs on before we get these in. I mean, you can take these old ones out, but I think as we've, they've been screwed in or something, we'll use it. I mean, I don't know why they have the new ones. Right, so we get some 3N tape. Let's stick our naked Cinewhoop over there. Now the wires will need to come out one of these. So, which it's that there, yeah. So it will be the little cutout that's away from the two screws. Yeah, I think that goes like so on the Cinewhoop. Now this is double-sided sticky tape. Oh. So let's get in the middle. There's a little line on here. I'm going to follow that. If I can stick it. There we go. Let's follow the line. Follow the little line. In a bit more there. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is happening. All the way. All the way. Get in there. And if by magic it almost meets up, so that's our little line. So now let's strip off the top tape because it's double-sided. Wow. Oh, easy tigress, getting too excited at the end. Let's hold it so it doesn't stick on me. It's kind of jellified, it's kind of weird sort of double-sided sticky tape. It's probably like that so it sticks to the LEDs maybe, I don't know. I don't know, and now I've probably stretched it, which is really annoying, but it's okay because somewhere around here I have my little cutter, my little X-Acto blade, and let's get that without stabbing myself. All fingers and thumbs today. Oh dear, oh no, it's all, oh god, it's okay. Because I have got spares of this from the other one that didn't work. That'd be alright. I can live with that. Can you live with that? I can't live with that. It's going to annoy me. Now I have still got the other pack. Here's one I prepared earlier. So we're going to take the one off here. And I'm going to start that again. But this time, do it properly. Okay, welcome back from the little quick motion. In fact, I've still got to put these legs in. Now, what you're probably wondering what I was doing when I was looking at the cables. So, and also there is like a loose side here, and there's a heavy side. So, even though I'm saying that, they're both heavy on this one, but whatever. But this, no, there we go. Just easier to do that and then pop them in. Yeah, is you remember the LED? Oh, that is really tough. That one. Wow, I can't get that one in. Hang on. Give me the hammer of doom. There you go. The reason I was looking at the way the LEDs were running is because that little effect we done, which is the last effect, is it? Not sure the effect now, what it's called, but we want them doing the same, going the same way. We don't have to, but it, you know, it would look better. Obviously, you can have them as static LED, just one colour. But I kind of like this kind of UFO kind of look going on. Right, okay, so now we need to get things back. Okay, so they're all back on. So this is where we can connect our LEDs. This is when I can't see, my eyes are so crap. And okay, I think that one's to the top as well. Bingo lingo. Oh yeah. Right, now, as I say, it's not, you know, you can stick it down there. I'd rather, but for this purposes, as I say, I'm not going to apply it at the moment, so we can just see if it's going to work. So let's get my transmitter.
Welcome to Chorus.
Welcome indeed. Alright, I'm excited. Let's get a battery. Obviously it's not the battery I'm going to be using, but this will do for practice purposes. Stand by. Oh yes. And there we go. In fact, hang on. Going dark. Echo. Searchlights off.
Okay.
Oh. Let's change. Ah. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. Ah. Now that is something special.
Telemetry lost.
Of course it has, because I'm too close.
Telemetry recovered.
Oh, did you see that? Well, if you watched the end of the movie, you did see it. I mean, that was pretty awesome. I mean, yes, I haven't put it back together again. You know, I still want to stick that PCB board down, and my glasses steaming up again. The board down, the controller board. Find a nice little spot for it, tidy up the cabling a bit, and put it back together again. But that's you know, that would have been done if it wasn't teeming down with rain, because I did want to fly about with this today. I was hoping to catch David down the field, but I don't think even David would be down the field unless she's got a quadcopter that's got an umbrella. Now it all went together pretty easy, as you saw. If you've got any questions, then please leave in the comments. But as long as these ducts kind of fit into the carbon fibre, they pop into it. It goes together as easy as that. But what an effect! I think that will look awesome in the sky. You can play around it. I didn't go into Betaflight as much as I should have done, really. You know, you've got 15 LEDs. So what you could have done, you could have drawn a line, say, of 10 LEDs, and then have them changing white doing the scanner, and then having the rest of the LEDs static colour or changing with your radio. Have a play around with it. You've got 15 LEDs, and that's what it does. It's one long strip. It doesn't look at it as 15, 15, 15, 15. It looks separate strips. At least I don't think it does. As I have yet to play. This is the last video that I started to do with this. The board didn't work. I must have just had a dodge kit. But this kit's fantastic. And now, you know, I've made the Cinewhoop that much better. I need to get out and I need to get some Cinewhoop action cam, or the Osmo action cam footage. Really need to get, but once again, you know, 2020 is just a crap year, so 2021 is going to be so much flying. You know, it's fantastic. I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to stick the propellers on it, and then I'm going to turn the lights off again, and I'm just going to sit there and play with the quad. What's so sexy? I love it. Okay, you know, little things, you know, but that is awesome, and they're cheap as chips. Go to the Diatone website. I will leave a link in the description where you can get them. Well, you know, what the last, I think the last place that I didn't get them from, the Diatone, that's in the US. I got it from somewhere in Europe, the second lot, because believe it or not, the first lot that came from Diatone didn't work. I don't know why. I just mudded a dodge batch. But, you know, as long as you follow the steps that I did to make sure the arrows are pointing out when you're soldering, to count off 15 LEDs, and take a bit of time when you're soldering. You know, one wrong move and it's game over. You know, you never want to heat the board up too much, because it just peels it off. And use the flexible cable. If you haven't got spare, I had some spare cable because I had the first batch. It didn't work. Did I tell you that? But you can get the cable, so maybe plan ahead and get a bit of cable, or maybe get a little clip, because I'm soldered up and I soldered it together, the cables, with a bit of heat shrink. It looks fine, it's fine, but you know, if I've got another ball or something, you know, I've just got to cut it rather than just unplugging it. So there you go, a fantastic upgrade for the Cinewhoop. I think it's awesome. It really is awesome. So yeah, so if you was a part of the live show, this is obviously, what date is it today? The 2nd of October 2020, Friday, feeling. If you was a part with last week's live show, then tomorrow I will be announcing the winner of that lovely, what is it called? I forgot what it's called now. What's it called? My brain's gone. The Sky Hunter. Oh yes. Some lucky person's going to be the winner of the Sky Hunter. So until then, keep safe. Keep flying if the weather permits. If you're across the pond, find them days. Get out and keep flying. But most of all, keep safe. Listen, thanks for popping by. Cheers now. Bye-bye.